Cheers up, guys. I've got a little chicken. Oh, Terry. We'll not talk about that. Hello. Don't judge me. Hello everyone, welcome back to another lovely sunny allotment vlog. I'm at my allotment. My goodness, the sun just makes it look so beautiful. I'm in my floral outfit, which is not really a dig and do stuff outfit, which means we're prancing about today. My favourite days. If you're new, by the way, my name's Emma. This be my allotment. We've also got another bit over there that's been reserved to grow my wedding flowers. So if any of that sounds exciting and interesting and like you'd like to join along with nice people, I swear, over here, then do click subscribe. I'll wait. There we go. And click the little bell and you'll get notified when we upload. Oh my goodness, my eyes are streaming. Today is the first day of hay fever. 2025. The internet told me the pollen count was low, but my eyes are telling me differently. Anyway, yes, we're at the allotment because it feels illegal to not come to your allotment when it's sunny. I feel like you have to, or you should, if you can. So I finished work a little bit early. It does mean I'm going to have to work a little bit later. Oh my goodness, or start early tomorrow because I took an hour out, so I could come here. But that's all right. If you're my work, turn off. I didn't say that. Anyway, we're here. I'll stop rambling. Basically, I want to prance about today. I don't really want to do any hard jobs. I just want to do a little bit of prancing. A little bit. I'm not doing any weeding. I'm not pulling out a single weed. Not today. Not today. We are going to do some jobs, and then I thought I'd finish off doing a little March allotment tour. There's not that much going on, but it's always nice to compare and see how we go through the year. I think I managed to do one most months last year, so it would be nice to do the same and then compare. So we'll do some jobs, and then we'll finish off with a nice little tour because there's some cute little things on the plot at the moment that I'd like to show you. So, first job, let's get into it. Right, first job of the day is going to be sowing some carrots. So, this is my carrot planter. It's a bathtub. Why do we have a bathtub? Because they were on the plot when we got it and they're sort of quite hard to move. But my carrots last year actually worked out really well in here. I only had one main harvest, big harvest, and I tried to succession sow, but they didn't really work, so I think they got eaten by slugs because slug-ageddon. But I'm going to do carrots in here again this year. This is quite good because it prevents carrot root fly, because the carrot root flies can't jump very high, bless them, so this sort of stops them coming in, and I do tend to mesh them as well once they start sprouting. That's also to stop the pigeons, because the pigeons like to eat them as well. But I'm going to do three varieties in here. I'm going to do Amsterdam Forcing, a heritage mix which has got some nice yellow and purple ones in, and then Nantes 5 because I've got loads of carrot seeds, because you tend to get them free with your magazines, etc. So those are what I'm going to do. I'm going to do them roughly in sections, but I'm going to just sprinkle, and then I'll thin out my hair. I'll thin out as and when I feel like I want to thin out, but this is what I'm going to do. We'll go with is it Nantes? Nance? I don't know. And I don't tend to sow thinly. I just inept. I was going to... Or shall I do it in drills? Shall I be good and do it in drills? Oh, all right then, I'll do it in a drill. Fine. I've also wet this soil because carrot seeds will not germinate if they dry out, and they're only tiny little seeds, so they dry out quite easily. So I've pre-wet the soil. I'll do some little drills. Be nice and neat then, won't it? And this is just the compost from last year topped up with a fresh bag. I know carrots don't necessarily like rich soil, so this isn't got any blood, fish and bone in it or anything like that. It's literally just cheap compost and last year's compost, so hopefully that will be okay. So thinly, it's not going to happen, is it? Just get carried away. To be fair, I've got a pet rabbit, so the ones that you thin out, like the tiny little carrots that don't really do anything, I tend to give the tops and stuff to my little bunny, so it all works out okay. This row is quite thin because I've run out of those seeds. That's Nantes, I don't know. Okay, and then we'll do the fun purple mix. Okay, cool. And then hopefully I'll succession sow some more in April, in a different bed or a different planter, so we'll have hopefully carrots all year round and sort of improve upon last year slightly. So because I pre-wet the soil, I shouldn't have to, oh spider, hello! I shouldn't have to water those because the soil's quite damp. But what I am going to do, oh my god, I'm so muddy already. Ugh. What I am going to do is, this is just fleece, horticultural fleece from B&Q or wherever, and I did this last year and it worked out quite well. I'm going to, if the wind will allow me, wind please, put this over the top because this will keep some of the damp in, a bit like how you'd put a propagator lid over your seed trays in your greenhouse or whatever to keep the damp in. You're doing sort of the same thing. And then obviously I'll check these, and when they germinate they will I'll take this off and swap it. Oh, spiders, go away. I'll swap it for a mesh and then let the carrots grow. But yes, that is carrots. I really hope these work because I blooming loved the carrots we had last year. I just need to find something to weigh that down and then we'll move on. Next job of the day is to plant my first early potatoes, Pentland Javelin. I was umming and ahhing about doing my potatoes in the ground this year, but because I'm taking up a lot of space with my wedding flowers, I don't think I can sacrifice a full bed to potatoes when they do so well in containers. So last year I did my rainbow potatoes, as you all know and love, and I've brought out the bags again, and I think I am going to do them in bags because I haven't got the space this year. I think they would probably do better in the ground because when we first took on this plot we harvested like 1 million potatoes from the person that had planted them before, and they were great, they were fantastic. So I do think they probably do better in the ground, but you know, you only can do with what you've only got a certain amount of space this year. So I'm going to do them in bags because it's space saving and they work out fine. We had a good harvest of potatoes. In fact, we had more potatoes than we could eat, so I'm going to do them in the bags. I'm just going to do 2 bags worth of first earlies and put 3 in each bag. I overcrowded them last year and put like 5 in each bag, but just 3 in each bag, and I'm doing chits up guys. These have been chitting in the greenhouse and they are ready to go out, so do that in there, cover them over. And I don't think you technically have to earth up first earlies, but I probably will just 1 or 2 times, not to the top of the bag, just 1 or 2 times, just to stop them reaching the sun and going green. Because if the potatoes see the sun and go green, they make a chemical and then you shouldn't eat them or something. I don't know, look at me trying to be knowledgeable this episode. That never happens. I'm not actually that knowledgeable. Maybe it's all the gardening books I've been reading or Monty Don on Gardener's World. Anyway. Lovely job, lovely jubbly. And then I'll put them in the same place I put them last year, at the side of the greenhouse, because it gets a nice bit of sun there, and this compost is already damp, so I'm not going to water them in. I'll just water them if it's an extremely dry day, but otherwise that's my first early potatoes. For reference, Emma, these are Pentland Javelin and they're in your red and orange bags, okay? Because I forgot last year what was in each, but I'll remember this year because I've told you. Right, let's put these next to the greenhouse. So for my next job, in just pottering about, not really doing anything too difficult, as is the name of today's game, I have just taken this hanging basket down that lives just at the front of the shed there. It did have a sunflower seed head in it, because I left it to feed the birds, but then obviously it's dried and gone weird. There are a million sunflower seeds in here, so I won't be surprised if some sunflowers pop up. And this had some bargain petunias, I think, last year. But I went to the shop today to get some other bits and bobs, and I picked up just these pansies and violas, which I thought would be quite nice to add in to here, just to give the plot a little bit of a spruce. So I'm just going to plant a few in there if I can rest that there, and just brighten up the plot. Sunny. I have some flowers out. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you'll know that I am a fan of a trinket. So I've got these little scarecrows on this plot, which are really, really cute. I found some more today, so I think I'm going to christen the new plot and put these on the new plot. They don't scare birds, but they look cute. And then people will probably look and think that that's definitely my plot, because they'll see the silly scarecrows. So let's put them on the new plot. So I said I wasn't going to do any weeding today, and I might have lied. Not intentionally. I just forgot that this needed doing. Anyway, I have got one of these wildflower shake and rake things, which is the same thing I put in here last season, which came up with some really lovely wildflowers, to be honest. But as you can see, this bed has just gone to pot with grass and weeds, etc. So I brought out my trusty little, where are we? Trusty hori, which needs a good clean, to be honest. I'll take that home and clean it. And I'm going to dig out this grass, rake over the top of the soil just so it's crumbly to sow the seeds in, and then I'll sow the seeds. And I think that will be our last job of the day, and then we'll do the nice little tour. And because I can't be bothered to go back in the shed to get the rake, I'm just going to use my little weeding hoe just to mix that in a bit. I did, also to point out, I did let most things self-seed in here I did the same thing last year. But if they come back, they come back. If they don't, they don't. That's fine. This plant at the back is a comfrey. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a comfrey, so that'll just do its thing until it gets a bit bigger. Okay, right, I will get some water this in, but that is another job off the list. Wonderful. So now we've done the jobs, we can start the plot tour. I thought we'd start it in the greenhouse for a change. We normally start it in the shed, but we'll start in the greenhouse. There's not all that much to report in the greenhouse, to be honest. My seeds are growing away. A few things have germinated, a few things were dry, so I've just watered them. But just leaving them, trying to be patient, practicing patience this year, Emma. Practicing patience. But what is in my greenhouse, which is a lovely little surprise, I've got a little chicken. One of the allotment committee members, who is the one that gave me the little watermelons last year, she's done like a chicken Easter egg hunt, so you're lucky if you've got a little chicken. So I'm going to take that home and pop it somewhere at home, or maybe I'll keep it in my greenhouse, I don't know, but that's dead cute. So that's the first thing in here. But other than, I've not really got any seeds to show you because they've not really germinated yet, but the greenhouse is the greenhouse. It's lovely and warm. It's like 35 degrees in there or something at the minute, so we'll move on. if you can hear me sniffling, I'm so sorry, it's just the hay fever. This is a blackberry which has kind of gone everywhere, and I think we need to pull it out because as we've put in the new raspberry canes on the other plot as of the other week, I don't think we need this anymore. As I said, I did try and plant raspberry canes here, but they've just completely died. So starting afresh over on the new plot, and we'll just rip these out and just forget about this bit. It's too boggy down this end, I think, because all the water drains this way, so we can't really plant anything here. And yeah, we'll pull out that blackberry because it's going to go everywhere, and I often forget about this part of the world down here at the allotment. So yeah, Mr. Man does have some thornless blackberry canes that he says he'll try and propagate and give to me, so if we get one of them we'll pop them in somewhere, but otherwise this bit's going. It's of no use to us. You've obviously just seen me do the wildflower patch. Potatoes, that is a little pot which I think has got some calendula seedlings popping up in it, either that or they're weeds. We've got the fort bird, which has plenty of onions growing in. I'm quite pleased about these are my overwintering onion sets, so they're doing really well. Rhubarb, we were meant to split this but we forgot, so we're going to have to wait till autumn and definitely remember, but that rhubarb just chills, does its thing. That's what rhubarb does. It's a very chill plant is rhubarb. You just put it behind your shed or wherever and it just grows. Great, so just leave that. Obviously we've not got that much in at the moment because it's only March, but the beds are mostly ready. There's a few little DIYs like that need screwing back in, and a few weeds have popped up that just need weeding and stuff, but otherwise these beds are pretty prepped, ready to go. The compost area, we've still been doing the proper compost in the Daleks where we don't put any weeds or anything nasty in there. We just put garden waste, manure, litter, rabbit litter, paper, things like that, and our manure store is running low, so I think we're going to go visit Poop Mountain which is what we call our horse manure provider at some point, but yeah, that is running low. The middle one is the one that we're using this year just to put anything in, you know, grass clods. It's sort of your just dump pile where you have to put some stuff. And then the one over the other side that's covered is we're just letting that rot down, so it's kind of working out okay. It's a lot better than it was last year, I tell you. At least we had some usable compost from the Daleks. The pond is ponding. The pond's doing great. Terry, oh Terry, goodness me, Terry. If you're a newbie, this is Terry. I bought him from an antique centre for no good reason, and he watches over the pond. He's a little gardening frog and he's dead cute. Anyway, he falls over a lot. No frog spawn in the pond. I can't see any, not this year, but the pond plants that we've got have multiplied and done their thing, so that's good. The oxygenating plants are oxygenating. The water's actually quite clear, I can see to the bottom, and it's got absolutely loads of rocks and stuff for the animales to get out if they need to. Could do with topping up actually, it's a bit low, but yeah, pond's ponding. The plants around the outside, like this is a grass plant that just looks like grass at the moment because it's mixed in with the grass. I've got a few iris bulbs dotted around that might pop up, I don't know. But yeah, this part of the plot is always nice to look at. It's very wildlife friendly. Obviously we keep the grass long, we have some plants here, we've got a little hedgehog house there. Yeah, it's just for the wildlife, to help encourage frogs and such like to come to your plot. If you can have a pond. If you've come from the Pondgate video, comment Pondgate down below, because I know we got loads of followers from that video last year. Was it last year, the year before? Goodness me, I can't remember. But anyway, the pond is still here. It's absolutely fine. We're not breaking any rules. I have like a little covering on it so people can see that it's there. And no one should be on my plot apart from me anyway, so that's that. No one's fallen in it yet. Again, this bed just needs weeding. That's empty, ready for stuff. Got the archways ready for beans and pumpkins. Oh, lovely. Again, another ready bed, nice and mulched. This one has got our garlic in, which is growing lovely. It's got some lovely fat stalks in there, and our elephant garlic has come up eventually. You can see the little nubbin down there. So the elephant garlic is coming up. Thank God. I think it was just a bit late, but the rest of the garlic is doing fine, and I have tactfully left this section free to put in something else, like I don't know, something else, but I didn't take up a full bed of garlic like I did last year. I've just taken up half a bed of garlic. See, I'm learning, progress. Got our archways, we've got Ozzy the owl, Al Pacino. We'll just, every time I come he'll be called something different depending on what I fancy, but I think his Christian name's Al Pacino, and then we'll call him Ozzy or whatever for short. Few weedy beds. We've got the pea structures ready for peas. I've started my peas at home. If you've been watching the home vlogs, I did like a seed update video in my home greenhouse, so the peas are in there and I will bring them as and when. That is a garlic that I forgot to take up last year, so probably ought to dig that up again. Obviously this needs weeding. I have weeded all these beds once, but half your bloody job at an allotment is weeding. And then you might notice this lovely fancy new garden arch. It's exactly the same as my other arches from Amazon. It'll not last 2 minutes, but it's what we've got. Sam did say he was going to build me some nice fancy arches out of wood, but have they originated? No. So this is what we've got, although I am going to get some of them long plastic like tomato canes and reinforce the arches this year, because we did have one here before that had the sweet peas up, but the weight of the sweet peas and a windy storm just blew it over and decimated it. So I'm going to try and reinforce it, and I am going to do sweet peas up this again. I was umming and ahhing about whether I was going to change them or put them somewhere different, but I want to put sweet peas up there again because it's a lovely view. I'll show you in a minute, but it's a lovely view to the greenhouse, and with the sweet peas there, it makes lovely Instagram pictures. So sweet peas will be going either side of here, and that means that all the peas will be in this bed, and I don't know if they can cross-pollinate. I'll have to Google that probably, but we'll see, because that means we'll have sweet peas and garden peas. I don't know the ins and outs of that. I'll have to read my books. In here, I think we've got some cabbage. I think there's some rogue cabbage in here, maybe. Also some weeds. I pulled everything out, but I left those because they seemed like they were growing, and I didn't want to take them out if they were growing, but the slugs have obviously found them. But yeah, we'll see if anything happens with that. If not, it's no harm, because they were the only overwintering things that survived. So the overwintering brassicas that survived. Everything else gone. So we'll not talk about that, but yeah, I'm not going to do overwinter brassicas again. I'm just not doing it. I've not got time, not got the patience. Some lovely mulched beds. This is the one I did last time. Lovely mulchy. The strawberries need weeding, apparently. Yep, that's a thing. And yeah, strawberries are strawberries. I mulched these with sawdust, like pet bedding sawdust that we found, and let some of the runners go, but then also chopped some of the runners. So yeah, lovely big strawberry bed. In hindsight, did we need a bed this big for strawberries? No. Should we have put the strawberry bed in the sun and not the shade? Yes, but you make these mistakes. I'll come back to there in a minute. We've got our overwintering onion seeds that are fine because I weeded that bed, so that's looking good. We'll see if they come to anything. I don't know. And they are perennial flowers that I am going to move, because I like this to be like vegetable. You know, if I've got vegetables in one, I need to move them. I'm going to move them to somewhere that makes more sense. Now here, something's been digging. I saw this earlier. Something has been digging under my cardboard, and I'm not very happy about it. So this bed needs a top up of compost or manure or whatever we can get our hands on. I just did it for, with what I had at the time, but it needs more compost on because you can see the cardboard through it, and that's not good. The purple sprouting broccoli, I'm going to take some of this home today because there's some lovely stalks on there. There's loads on there. Wow, okay, I hope we're hungry for broccoli for tea. I hope Sam's prepared for that. But yeah, there's loads of purple sprouting on there. It is the leaning tower of purple sprouting broccoli because I did not stake them properly, and we had a storm and it just pulled them that way, but they are alive and they are producing, so I'm just leaving them until I was going to rip them out, and I'm glad I didn't because they've actually got broccoli on now. And we come to the flower bed. So this has got our spring bulbs in, as you can see. Daffodils are coming up lovely. I accidentally squished this one earlier, that's why it's a bit sad. And we've got our first tulip. Hello. Hello, little tulip. Hello. Which is making me so happy. I'm so pleased. I blooming love tulips. So I'm really proud of that one. And this is going to be flower bed continued. So that's why I didn't like fill it full of spring bulbs or anything. I just let the ones come up that were there from last year, and we'll see. I don't know. I'm going to put Cosmos in here, I think, because it's a nice big bed for Cosmos. I'm going to show you the shed. Hello, fringe. Has anyone else grown out a fringe? It's doing my head in. I'm in that in-between stage where it really needs cutting, but I can't cut it because I'm growing it out. Anyway, if you see me fringe flapping about, that's why. I'm going to show you the shed. Don't judge me, okay? Don't judge me. It's cleaner than it has been, so let's look at the shed. It's partly organised. All the tools are against there. All my bamboo canes are there. All my pots are in there. I would store more stuff on the shelves, but there's a leak in the roof somewhere. So if I put something on the shelves, it just leaks through. So anyway, yeah, there's definitely mice in here. Absolutely 100%. Some nice big bits of wood over there that we'll probably use. All the blue piping, blah, 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 blah. Under here is there's all bits of greenhouse from the old owner. But this is mostly compost bags and cardboard. We keep the compost bags because we transport our manure in it, although we probably don't need as many as we've got. Tools over there. We've got like an incinerator bin and stuff. I know it needs tidying, I know, okay, but not today. A lovely, gorgeous little flower basket. That's made me happy. I'm glad I did that. We have got our red currant. I think this is a red currant, not a black currant, because we've got a black currant at home, is budding, which is gorgeous. And our gooseberry, which our friend gave us for our engagement party, is doing okay. That's absolutely fine. We've got loads of weeds on here. This is a Sam job, getting rid of all these weeds. This is why I don't want to do it. The herbs are coming back okay. I know this sage looks sad, but it has got new buds on. I should probably move these out into the sun a bit more, but that is mint, which is coming up, and chamomile, again, absolutely fine. I will pop some more herbs in here as soon as they germinate in the greenhouse, / I buy some when they fail. Got a lovely seating area. Done the carrots that you've just seen. The parsnips haven't come up, which is upsetting, but I don't think it was the freshest seed, so I will go and get some more parsnip seeds fresh from the garden centre and replant in here, because I definitely would need parsnips. I need parsnips, they're like my favourite vegetable, so definitely need them. Water butts are nice and full. Those are the only 2 water butts we've got on the plot. We could take water from the greenhouse, but we've just not set anything up, so we'll see. That's a Sam job. If it's engineering based, it's a Sam job. And we'll come over to the new plot. So me lavender has died, so what I'm going to do is just cardboard over that bed and fill it with compost and make it into like a cornflower bed or something like that, and for like my annual wedding flowers. These beds are all ready to be planted in. Our perennial gypsophilia is doing okay, and these are 2 rose bushes. This needs a trim, a prune. There's some little dead bits, but there is new growth on it, so it's not completely dead. And this one is having a wonderful time. I have no idea what varieties these are because I bought them from Morrison's and got rid of the label, so there you go. I think they produce little roses rather than like full flower bouquet roses. And these are the other beds. So you saw me do these have all been mulched nicely. These are just awaiting dahlias. There's going to be 8, 16, 24, 32 maybe. I have got to fit other wedding flowers in, so we'll see how we get on, but Yeah, at the very least it's going to be those 3 beds full of dahlias. We might pinch a bit of that bed and then put other stuff in here, but that's why I did these beds nice and big, so they've got, all the dahlias have got loads of room to grow. The perennial bed is, I don't know, these 2 in the middle are alive. Is anything else alive? This bed flooded. I didn't realise that this flooded because it's the first year we've had this plot, so you know, you learn these things. But are you dead? Are you alive? I don't know. I'm a bit sad about that because we spent quite a bit of money on these perennial plants thinking that they'd last forever, but alas, they have not. Although, just crawl on my hands and knees, there's stuff happening there. Oh, there's stuff. I don't know what you are. Echinacea maybe? Maybe you're Echinacea. Oh, that's exciting. And that one's got bits on it as well. I'll have to look back in the vlogs and see what I planted there, but they're alive. That's good. That's news to me. And the polytunnel. I am ordering the polytunnel as soon as I get paid. We are, let me talk to you. Don't mind me being on my hands and knees in the wood chip. We're using the money that we generated from the Etsy shop, which is still available, linked down below if you fancy supporting the channel. The best way to do it is through our Etsy shop. You'll get something from me, handmade by me with my fair hands, and we will restock the shop shortly, I think, for payday. I'm waiting on a few bits, otherwise I'd restock it now, but yeah, it'll probably be restocked payday, end of the month, and the money that we generate from that, as well as saving up some of our YouTube money, is going to Project Polytunnel. So a bee! Hello! It's going to Project Polytunnel. So I've found the one I want. We need to, because it's not just the cost of the polytunnel, we've got to reinforce it, so we've got to buy all the wood and all the timber to reinforce it, so it's adding up a bit more, but hopefully it'll be good. So yeah, I'm ordering that, so that'll be an April task. Sam's going to be doing that because engineering structure. So polytunnel, Project Polytunnel is a go. I think it's 2 by 3 meters, so we'll have plenty of room for paths around, possibly another thin little flower bed at the side of it. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, Project Polytunnel is a go. Just need to buy it and put it together and reinforce it. And hello. The raspberry canes are doing a-okay. I only really put that border edge in there to stop people walking on them. I don't really like it, and we had it in the shed just around, but I'll probably get some wood similar to these or scrap wood and make a proper border for it. But yeah, they're doing okay. Hello, raspberries. Hello, hello, hello. And we'll put a post either side and put string or wire across to support them when they get growing. But otherwise, that's that. So that's it for today. That's it for the March plot tour. It's looking lovely in the sun. I love it. Now we've actually got some blooming colour and some daffodils and some violas or pansies. It's looking lovely and I love it, and I'm so pleased, and I'm glad I came, and I'm glad I sacked work off for half a day. I will catch up. If you're my work watching, I'll catch up, okay? And I'm glad I've got my hands dirty. Yeah, it's been good. It's been a good day. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sign off, chop some purple sprouting broccoli, fill up the bird feeders and rock and roll home. Thank you for watching. If you're a newbie and you're not subscribed, do subscribe down below, press the bell, like the video, leave a comment. I love all your comments. Leave me a surprise. Tell me what you've done this week. Give me some helpful tips. I love to hear it. Can peas go together? Can sweet peas and normal peas go together? I don't know. And have you got any tulips coming up yet? Let me know in the comments. And we'll see you in the next video. If you would like to, God, I'm rambling here. If you would like to stay up to date with everything that we do and see more of Sam, watch the weekend vlogs as well, because then you get a little bit behind the scenes. Anyway, the camera's dying. I need a way in to chop some purple sprouting broccoli, so we'll call it a day. Love you all. Bye.